Yo, welcome back to another episode of Raw Survival, bringing it to episode 12. And if you're new to this series, it's pretty much just me trying to recreate COD Zombies inside of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. There's a ton of new stuff in this episode, guys. Perk machines, generators, light sources, pack-a-punch skins, so much more. So let's just get straight into it, guys. Alright, guys, the first thing I want to talk about is the power that's going on in this map. This light right here will just blink if there is no power, but if it has power, it will stop flickering like that, you know what I mean? And so, like, if you're just spawned into the game, right, you would see it flickering, wondering what the heck is going on. But yeah, I started adding, like, these wires and, like, light poles. It really adds a bunch to the environment and everything like that out here. Just giving it, like, two different, like, settings, I guess you could say, because like once the lights turn on, obviously it's brighter out, and it's always going to be like this like doom and gloomy type of vibe. It's not going to like continuously change as you're playing, you know what I mean, like the weather or whatever, like time of day. But yeah, all these wires lead to a specific generator over here, as you can see. That's super cool. And I have like these empty gas cans or jerry cans laying around, you know what I mean? Just like to kind of show you like, hey, you need to interact with this thing with a jerry can. I mean, that's like what I'm hoping that this like portrays, you know what I mean? But yeah, if I try to interact with that without a jerry can, it's just gonna say you need a jerry can. And how do you get a jerry can? So I'm gonna have random locations of these blocks that are spawned around the map, and it will be semi-random, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna be the same all the time. But there's going to be a plethora of them because there's going to be several types of generators. So once you interact with that or just punch it, you just got to punch them and it will add it to your last hotbar slot there. And as you can see, now I have a jerry can, which is super cool. And you just simply want to just pour it in there. And it has a cool little animation, and then all the lights flicker on. Just super, super awesome, you know what I'm saying? And another really cool thing about this generator, it is timed based, okay? So like you see this like little red bar on the back side of this thing here, that's like the fuel gauge, you know what I mean? So eventually, just give it some time. You see how it's slowly going down? It might be hard to see. Maybe I'll speed up the process a little bit. Yeah, let me just sit here so I can speed it up so you can see what it looks like. Alrighty guys, as you can see, it's gone down just a bit, not too much, because each little jerry can that you have here will equal 10 minutes of in-game power, okay? You see what I'm saying? And if I try to like interact with that, it's gonna say it already has fuel. You can only add fuel like once it's like close to running out, or you know what I mean, just so you don't like waste your fuel, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as you can see, now there's just light sources that are powered on, and other machines like perk machines will now have power. So like you see how the power line goes to this building here, that's where a perk machine will be, and some other stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it just makes the environment so nice, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so cool. Like it adds so much. And I love the light rays. Again, you can toggle these off in the main settings. So like you could just have just the bulb with like the little flies flying around, or no bulb, or I mean no flies and no light rays, by toggling like the ambient VFX or the light rays toggled off. Another thing I wanted to point out about this generator, guys, you do not have to be holding the jerry can in your hand to add the fuel. I just like added that like animation just in case if you're actually holding the jerry can. But yeah, like if I have an MP40 or any other gun, you can just press it, as you can see, and it will just automatically add the fuel. I know you don't see the animation or anything like that, but that's just in case, like, you know, what if zombies are like attacking you and you just need to quickly turn this on to get a perk or something. You know what I mean? That was like my thought process behind that. So yeah, you don't have to be holding the jerry can. Oh, there's a apparently it still pours randomly. Okay, that's a bug. I'll worry about that later. But yeah, guys, I just thought that I would point that out. Alright guys, I thought I would showcase what happens when you run out of fuel. As you can see, there's a sliver left. So just give it a second and you'll see that the lights will taper off, like going forwards, I mean. So like this one will shut off first and then really quickly, progressively go outwards of the power being gone, as you can see. So it's not all simultaneously, but it's near simultaneously. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's super cool. I love it. I love it. Sorry guys, last thing about these generators, I forgot to mention that each generator will power a specific section of the map. So like you see how these wires are kind of like wrapped around right here and do not connect to the main church building here, as you can see. So it just like connects to this building right here, you know. So like you got to pay attention to your like environments and like surroundings in my gameplay here to like really understand what's happening. So yeah, this generator only powers like this section of the map, you know what I'm saying? And then like there will be another generator on like this side of the map too, like over here. So if I go ahead and give this one fuel, it's gonna add some power. Ignore these boxes, I'm working on a debris section. but yeah, as you can see now, this has power, like the electric traps and everything, and the inside of the church has power now too, where it's not actually tied to that one specific generator outside. You see what I'm saying? So like it just adds more things to do in the map, you know, rather than like Call of Duty, where like at least the old school Call of Duty maps, where you just had to flick one button and then the whole entire map had electricity, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out, but yeah, let's continue guys. The lights are cool and all, like adding light to the environment and whatnot, but I mean, you gotta have the perk machines, you know what I'm saying? So this is long overdue. So you've got, so I've made a speed cola pretty much, which I'm calling hot swap. I know the names are still up for debate, as well as like the icons up there, like you see the little perk icon up there. But yeah, this one's a speed cola if you're comparing it to Call of Duty. And I made it a little bit more expensive because from my testing, this hot swap perk is very, very good. So let me just go ahead and buy it and show you what that looks like. I love it. I love the animation and the songs. So that if I'm sitting here for like more than 20 seconds, there's like a little tune that will play. And I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm just going to quickly show you guys what's going on. But you can experience it for yourself whenever this gets released, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just super, super cool, these perk machines. And if you like run into them, it makes like that perk sound, like when you're like bottles inside of it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just so freaking cool. Alrighty guys, I'm going to demonstrate just how damn useful the hot swap perk is going to be. So I'm going to demonstrate it with the Mosin Nagant here. So as you can see, it's got a pretty slow fire rate, very slow in my opinion, and the reload is very lethargic, as you can see. That was actually pretty quick, but if I go ahead and get myself quick hands or hot swap, that's what I'm calling it, hot swap, but again, the names are still up for debate, so if you have a good name, let me know in the comments guys. But as you can see, even on the even on the like pullback of the bolt there is even quicker. But yeah, look how fast that reload is. Insane, just insane. It's so much fun to play with. So like here, I'll just demonstrate it again so you guys can see how much slower that is. So every single gun that has any type of reload like that, or like pullback mechanism, like the AWM, you know, like we actually have to physically pull back whatever you call it, the bolt, I guess. I don't really know what it's called, but yeah, it makes it just so much faster. As you can see, it's just so damn good. And let me just whip out the shotgun and show you guys. So you can really rapid fire with the shotgun. It's amazing. I love it. So look how fast it reloads. It is a little buggy, but again, you're going so fast. But again, yeah, so every single gun will have an increase, or a slower, I guess, increased speed, slower, whatever, you know what I mean. But it increases the speed at which you reload by like 1.5 times. So it's very quick, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty guys, the next one is Tough Cola, and that's pretty much just Juggernog, or Juggernog I think is what it's called in Call of Duty. Super cool, and again, the name's still up for debate, so if you have another name that you think would be cooler than Tough Cola, Drop it in the comments. Oh, I forgot to change the name. Yeah, originally I was going to call it Blood Rush or like Strength Cola. I'm very indecisive with this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the machine is very reminiscent of the COD Juggernog perk machine. And again, all the animations for the perk machines will be the same, just slightly different, like the colors and textures. Super cool. But yeah, as you can see, the bottle of like the liquid was different color, like if you notice really quickly. You might have to like watch it a little bit slower or a few times to catch that, but the liquid actually gets like drained too. It's not just like Call of Duty where it's just like a solid bottle of red liquid that doesn't change. I don't know if you guys noticed. I noticed all those little things in video games, but I'm like super like keen on looking at that stuff, so I went ahead and made sure that you can actually see the liquid being dropped, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, super cool. As you can see, I just have double the health now. So if I go ahead and clear the perk really quick so you can see that again. So in the bottom left, you see my health bar there. I only have 5 hit points, and that equals 2 hits from zombies. So you can only be hit twice and you get downed and you die. So this just gives me 4 hits, as you can see. So now I have double the amount of health. Super, super huge. And I'm thinking about increasing the price of this to 2,500. Might increase it to like 3,000 something. I don't know. I'm going to keep experimenting with that. And again, with all these machines, besides like PaP, I'll talk about that in a second, the like locations of Tough Cola and Speed Cola, or Speed Cola. What is it called? Hot Swap? Sorry, I drew a blank there for a second. See, I'm still like new with these names too. I gotta get used to them. But the location for them is still up for debate too. As I like expand the map more and more, I'll probably end up moving these further away from the spawn. You know, like just to make it like harder to get to them, you know? But yeah, guys, just thought I'd point that out. The next perk machine, guys, and like the one that's for sure gonna be living here upon a release is PaP. And I think this perk machine looks pretty cool, and it's literally just quick revive from the COD franchise. You know, very similar in style and themes of all these perk machines. Just, you know, more Minecrafty, and it's got my own little twist on it. You know, it's not one-to-one. You know, my goal is never to make something one-to-one. I'm just using COD as a reference. You know what I'm saying, guys? So yeah, let me go ahead and purchase it. It's got a bit more funky tune for this one. Super cool. And like, I don't know if you guys noticed that icon. It's supposed to be a syringe. You know what I'm saying? Like a little syringe icon. I don't know. Maybe I'll experiment with a different icon for this one, like little emblem or something. But yeah, guys, super cool. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and demonstrate what PaP will be doing, specifically in solo play. But in multiplayer, it pretty much will just give you the syringe item, as you can see in my tools section of my hotbar. It doesn't exist yet. That's why I don't have it in my hand or anything like that. But it just makes it so you can revive your teammates much, much quicker than if you didn't have it. You know what I mean? That's like the whole purpose of it. But in solo play, it's got a really cool feature where it like kind of like downs you, and you have this like special ability. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. Let me spawn in some zombies to go ahead and run over here and slap me to the ground. Come on, guys, you can do it. There we go. And as you can see, I just get down, nothing crazy, and I have these zombies move to specific locations so you don't get swamped. You know what I mean? So you can still like shoot while you're down. I was thinking about adding specific weapons when you get downed, but yeah, just so cool. As you can see, it's got this like cool overlay, and when you get revived really quickly, you have a little extra sliver of health in blue, just like make sure like, oh, if you get back up, you don't instantly die. You know what I mean? That's like my whole thought process behind that. Just so freaking awesome. I just wanted to point out again really quick before we move on, guys, that these like invisible blocks that the zombies will then pathfind after they down you is just kind of like randomly placed throughout the map at the moment. I'm working on a way to detect like which block is closest to the player. So like if you get downed right on top of one, I want the zombies to go to that one. You see what I'm saying? I'm still working on a process for that. But for right now, they kind of just go to random sections of those blocks, you know what I mean? So there can be like multiple ones, and those zombies will just kind of scatter or go to the same one. See, as you can see, they just kind of go to their own little section. and like all the new zombies that are spawning, like say I was in the game, would be going to that section until I get back up. So if I just like wait out the time and get back up, these guys are gonna try and come kill me again, as you can see. It's super, super cool. I love it. I love this stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I love this. Alrighty guys, there actually is one more perk to cover. As you can see in the bottom left of my screen, there's another perk called Strapped. And Strapped is pretty much just like Mule Kick in Call of Duty. I just haven't made the perk machine for it yet, but I will eventually. So yeah, we've got 4 perks at the moment, and I do plan to add a couple more maybe like a Stand-em-up Pro or something like that, because if I go ahead and go into adventure mode really quick, you see my stand-up bar go down pretty quickly, and the map's getting bigger and bigger, so that having something to extend the duration at least that you can sprint. I don't know about making you actually run faster, because the player is already very fast, but I think increasing the actual amount of stamina you have might be worth experimenting with. And another perk option I might do is like a damage multiplier. So imagine you have and I'm not going to add like double tap, like anything that makes you shoot faster. I don't want to go down that route, but I might do like some like double damage, you know what I mean? So like that's another perk option. I don't know guys, maybe you have other perk options. It's got to be like realistic too, like it can't be too ridiculous, you know what I mean? But yeah, just so freaking awesome. I love all the perks that I have added so far, and the reloading one is definitely my favorite of the bunch. I mean, just look how much faster every reload is. It's just it's fantastic, you know what I mean? Alrighty guys, I quickly want to go over explosive type of weapons, you know, like RPGs, grenades, M79s. Originally I was kind of at a loss at what to do with this, but I finally cracked how I wanted to do the like damage and everything, because like it's a completely custom damage system. It's not using Minecraft health, and another thing was like actually adding the points to the person that shot the projectiles. So now that actually functions, and I actually get points, and the explosions actually explode the zombies. And I've also revamped how all the explosion effects look and work, so you get very good FPS always, even blowing them up, like all the zombie like explosive parts is much more optimized than if it were on like Radium's armament, which I'm probably going to bring over all these like new explosions, just to improve FPS over on Radium's armament, you know what I'm saying? Alright guys, last thing for the video, I started working on Pack-a-Punch weapons. I know. And I think the skins are pretty cool, so this would like be the upgraded P250. And the reason why I started working on Pack-a-Punch like weapons was for the Revi Pop. Originally, I was gonna force the player, like if you're playing solo, to have these badass Dread and Fury pistols here. I decided against that, but anyways, this gun's pretty damn cool. I've posted a short a video about this already in my short section of my YouTube. It's so satisfying and ridiculously overpowered. And it's not going to be easy to get this, you know what I mean? It's like it's going to be hard to even pack-a-punch your weapon and expensive to do it. And you won't have that many rounds of it as well. But dude, it's so fun to use. Like, I've spent at least a couple hours just playing the game with these things, because it's so damn fun. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun. I don't know. I really love these things. I hope you guys like them as well. And it's obviously based off of the Mustang and Sally from Call of Duty. And I'm gonna call mine Dread and Fury for now. I might change the name in the future. I'm really bad at making names for things, you know what I'm saying? But I did, after I made like the camo for this, I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. And I am thinking about making it so you can have like maybe a blue camo, like you see how the red and like white like overlays like moving. I'm thinking about adding like a blue, green, and like purple, like all the perks there. Like every time you upgrade it, it just kind of randomizes the color. I think that might be kind of cool, like just like kind of give you another reason to upgrade your gun a second time, as well as like giving you ammo and maybe attachments. But speaking of which, I went ahead and added the Skull Splitter 420. I know the name is ridiculous, but yeah, this is the Scar H upgraded and I think it looks so cool. Like that skin, it's just so cool. So I gave it the red dot, like that's a custom little red dot there. As you can see, it might be kind of hard to see on video, but it looks pretty cool. And yeah, again, that moving camo, and you also have the grip as well attached. I don't know, I got a little carried away like experimenting with this stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just so damn cool though. I love that camo, you know? And again, Skull Splitter, that's still up for debate if I'm gonna call it that or not. Alrighty guys, sorry, there's actually one more thing I wanted to touch on before we get out of here. I have actually started to work on adding Patron Tombstones. So if you want to have your name forever engraved on this map and have your name on a tombstone, just go ahead and sub to my tier 3, support the project, and yeah, just have your name forever engraved. Isn't that, I mean, I think that's a really cool perk. Maybe you guys think otherwise, but yeah, I was gonna have more in time for this video. So right now only Ghost Hunter 790. I know that's the name he wanted. I don't know, that must be his gamer tag or something. I was gonna have more, but I got a little carried away with perks and pack-a-punch weapons and stuff. So eventually I'm going to add all the others and change them up quite a bit. Right now these are kind of just like the what do you call it, just like rough drafts, I guess. And like with my gameplay, like I was like testing gameplay, zombies like to like kind of pathline like this for some reason. I don't know why exactly. They don't want to just move one over and chase you that way. I don't know. So I might experiment with like two tall ones in general for like all of them, you know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying, guys? I love these guns. They're so much fun, guys. But that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's so much that's been added, so much more to do. Just keep on being patient with me, guys. The more time that passes, the better and better it gets. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around if you did. But I'll see you next time. Peace.